be joined by the head coach of the defending Sun Belt Conference Tournament champion, NCAA Tournament representatives, Ragin Cajun head coach Bob Marlin. And first things first, Bob, the internet locally last night blew up because you shared with everybody that you finally came through on your promise. You got the tattoo. Where did you get it? And talk about the design. Where did the choice come from?
Well, the tattoo was done here at the Cajun Dome, and certainly had looked at several options, and we were going to put it out there for the students to vote, and not that we had to use that choice, but get some involvement with them, and we decided to wait and keep it close to the vest. And a lot of people were anxious to see the design, so we wanted to get it out last night, and we decided just on a simple floor with the year 2014.
It's a red fleur-de-lis. You mentioned it, 2014. Did it hurt at all? I mean, I've never gotten a tattoo. I know some of your players probably gave you a lot of tips and advice, but what did it feel like?
That wasn't bad at all. Guys did a super job, and really was relaxed during the whole time, and they were surprised that I wasn't grimacing or crying. I'd heard that it'd make you cry, but this guy was really good with Ink Gallery Tattoos here locally. They did a super job, and I want to give them a shout out.
Mrs. Marlin, well, what does she think about this tattoo?
She likes it. She actually wanted a little bit larger.
Really?
She was here when we had 3 options for size, and she wanted the bigger logo. We went with a medium logo, but she's excited about it.
Your players, this was something that last year you said you'd do if they won the Sun Belt and if they went to the NCAA tournament. So it's something that I know they kind of rallied around. It was an exciting thing. It was a fun thing. What's been their reaction since the ink went on last night?
Well, I haven't seen them. They had just left. We did it right after. I had to run on campus and speak to a group over at a Sigma Chi function in Griffin Hall from 6:30 to 7. Got back at 7, went right into it, and we'll see them here shortly. And I'm sure they'll have some comments for me.
Yeah, they've seen it on Twitter, but I look forward to hearing what they tell you. I know you said you texted Elfrid Payton last night after his game. The Magic beat the Knicks last night, and he's busy as can be, obviously, in his rookie year with the NBA. But is that kind of I know you're keeping up with him. Is it just kind of a text here, text there with you guys?
Yeah, we text back and forth every couple of weeks, but I know how busy he is. He knows we're busy. He knew how we played against Loyola. He's talking to guys probably more than he is with me, but really proud of him, and certainly we're supporting him from a distance. ESPN1420n.com having a conversation with Ragin Cajun head basketball coach Bob Marlin. The season starts tomorrow night as the Cajuns host Louisiana College. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock tip-off on our sister station, Hot 107.9 FM. You can hear it online as well, 1079ishot.com, and on Radio Pup. Elfrid's no longer here. Sean Long still here, and a lot of eyes on Sean heading into this season. Lou Henson Award preseason watch list we found out yesterday. I know he's dealing with that bone bruise. What is his health like, and what's his status like for tomorrow night's opener? He's got a bone bruise that has been bothering him a little bit. He also had some tendonitis in his knee, so we held him out of practice for most of a week, and he worked his way back in on Tuesday, and then yesterday had a really good workout. So encouraged by what I saw. He's probably about 90% and should be fine tomorrow. We had some other guys get banged up yesterday, had a very physical practice, and actually had 4 guys go down within about a 30-minute period with a couple of ankles and 3 knees. And looks like it's nothing serious, but we will have a couple of guys. It'll be game-time decisions.
What are you looking for out along this season that perhaps would be a new element to his game, something that, you know, we've seen him play the last 2 seasons, but what are you looking for new out of him this year to really, I guess, kind of take charge of this basketball team?
He's got to be a leader, for one, and step up and lead this young team. Everybody looks to him. We've got 3 seniors, but everybody looks to Sean for leadership. And when he was out of practice, we had good workouts, and that just made him more anxious to get back out there and go.
but he needs to lead. He needs to be consistent in his play. He's got to be a better perimeter defender, and he's got to stay in games. We can't have him get in foul trouble at a key game and lose him. We lost him in both the semifinals and finals of the conference tournament. We're able to hang on, and he had to sit for a while against Creighton, and I felt like that really hurt us during that ball game.
Xavier Rimmer, coach, somebody that Jay Walker and I kind of say, and I think Jay took it from you. At times, he needs to maybe be a selfish player, and if you just take that statement at word value, it might confuse you. But knowing when to be aggressive, knowing when to be that threat offensively, and not always look for his teammates. There's times in a game where he needs to be aggressive, and I can kind of go back and look at the Sun Belt Conference tournament. In one game, 20-plus points. The next game, none. Him as a combo guard this year, and again, it's probably a poor choice of words on my part, but knowing when to be a selfish player offensively, how much has he focused on that? What's his mindset, his mentality in terms of being that aggressive offensive player this year?
Well, he's locked in more on the offensive end. He knows that we need him to shoot the basketball. He shot it very well in practice. He shot it well in our scrimmage, and he needs to look for a shot. He needs to be selfish sometimes, Scott. It's a good point, and he's unselfish to a fault almost, and we're going to need him to step up and make some shots for us from the perimeter and also play solid defense.
How much do you see him playing at both guard spots?
He'll play a little bit of one, and we're going to play with a two-guard front some, but he's going to mostly settle in at the two, and he can get to the paint, do some things off the bounce. Unlike Alford, who was crafty and long and had good speed, such as Casey, he's totally different in the fact that he's going to just lower that shoulder and get into your body, and you can't move. He's going to push you off. He's super strong from his waist down.
Hayward Register is a guy that some feel like is poised to make a big leap from freshman to sophomore year, and that's saying something considering he had a significant impact on the roster a season ago. But where do you think that leap is as of right now, Coach? I know it's hard to put an exact number on it because you haven't began the season yet, but through the offseason, where is he now as opposed to a year ago at this time?
He's a lot farther along than he was at this time a year ago. He's certainly defending better. He's shooting the ball with great confidence, and he's done a really good job in practice on the offensive end. On the defensive end, he's gotten better. He's working at it hard. It's not coming as easy, I think, as he thought it would, but he's fighting through it every day, and he's got to help us on the defensive end in order to play. If not, he'll just be a specialist and a guy that can just come in and make shots, and we think he's better than that. We think he's a good athlete. He's continuing to work on his ball handling as well. But he's in a logjam too, Scott, with Xavier Rimmer, with Jonathan Stove, with Casey Shepard can play the two, Jay Wright can play the two. We can do a lot of different things at that spot, and it's probably our deepest position. So Hayward's got to stay solid on the defensive end and continue to make the progress he's made to date.
Is that if a kid's going to win the bulk of the minutes there, is it really going to be decided by how far along they are defensively?
Well, we've got to be able to stop the other team from scoring. Last year we scored more points than we have in 23 years, and we're able to average 81 points per game without pressing, and we were attacking on the basket, set all kind of records offensively. And we want to play that way again. The points will come in different spots, and we'll be more balanced this year, but we still think scoring is going to be a strength of ours, and we've got to get better on the defensive end and better rebounding the ball. So, yes, we're going to put a premium on that end. We expect them to do the demands that we put on them, and that's sit down and defend on the defensive end.
You mentioned Jonathan Stove a minute ago. Stove, Bryce Washington, Jay Wright, some of the young guys on this team, some of the freshmen on this team. How heavily do you plan on sort of leaning on the younger guys on this roster?
Well, if they're good enough to step in and play, it doesn't matter if you're a walk-on or if you're a scholarship player, or if you're a freshman or senior. If you can get the job done, then we're going to play you. We haven't won 400 games over 21 seasons by playing favorites. We're playing guys who can get it done on both ends of the floor. And Stove is a guy, again, that's in a logjam at the two-guard with a lot of different players. He's different, though, and brings a different part, as do the other guys in that position. He's strong. He's a good defender. and he's learning. He's still learning on the defensive end. He's shown signs, had a really good practice yesterday early, and then bumped knees and twisted his knee a little bit and had to sit out. He should be good to go today. And Bryce Washington, another freshman who's got the strength like Jonathan, can step right in and play, and did a good job in the exhibition game against Loyola and showed exactly what we thought he would do.
Scott Plaisance is, in terms of redshirting, I mean, has there been a decision made there yet with him?
No, and there won't be until we get into the season. I mean, for a total decision. We've made the first decision to sit him, and I think that's the best thing, and it's in his best interest to do that. We talked with his family, talked with Scotty. He's the fifth or sixth inside guy, and it's going to be hard to play more than 4, Scott, any minutes at all. So it would be doing him an injustice. He's had stitches under his eyes, had stitches in his mouth. He's had a concussion, and he broke a finger 2 days ago. So he's banged up all the time. He plays so hard. And on top of that, he had a great practice on Monday and Tuesday of this week. So we're excited about his future, and I think at this time it would be best to hold him out.
ESPN 1420, ESPN1420.com. Scott Prather here on the Sports Gap, visiting with Ragin Cajun head coach Bob Marlin about a number of players on his team. You referenced Casey Shepard a little earlier. That torn meniscus a season ago. Tough timing for the kid. It really felt like he was really starting to find his be comfortable in his role. And how is he looking health wise, and you know, how much do you see him playing at the 1 or the 2, and his impact ultimately this season for you guys to reach your ultimate goals has to be what?
Well, he's an important part of the puzzle. He's got some experience. You know, a guy shot 54% from 3 as a sophomore, and then 94 from the free throw line, and misses the last 15 games. Both of those would be school records and would have led the league if he had enough attempts. Very fast. He's gotten better defensively. He's gotten tougher. Working on decision making. He's gotten better there. He's leaned on Alfred quite a bit, and he's going to play some at the off because he shoots the ball so well. And he's another guy that we mentioned earlier can play in the 2-guard slot, and we'll have to wait and see. The minutes will be divided there with him playing some at the point and some at the 2.
Stephen Runkoski, coach, is a bit of a chameleon, as we like to call him. You rely on him to do a number of different things. Is multiple roles essentially his just defined role, or are you going to look for him to do something more singular, more specific this season? Does that make sense?
He's versatile, and he can do a lot of different things. He wound up starting the exhibition game because we had some guys banged up, but he can play the inside spot at the 4. He can play the 3, 2. Not a great athlete, but a very smart and cerebral player that understands the game. He's got a high basketball IQ, great passer, and we hope that he can play in multiple roles for us this year and be a solid guy for us. Whenever he's called upon, he's able to jump in and usually ring the bell.
J.J. Davenport, where does the senior have to improve most? What part of his game does he need to improve most this season from a year ago?
Well, he's gotten better, and his weight is about the same. We've worked hard on his conditioning. I think he's in excellent condition. He's had a really good fall practice, and he got sick the day before the exhibition game, so he missed practice and then didn't play. But he's done a great job of running the floor as best he can. And another area that Sean Long's improved in also, and we're anxious to see what those guys can do for 40 minutes under the lights when the real bullets are flying and it's not practice time. But JJ's going to be a solid half-court post man. He gives you strength. He can rebound the ball. Got good hands, good touch, and another high basketball IQ.
Vu Conde, the candy man as we called him a season ago, his minutes this year are, if you're starting tomorrow, do they appear to be about the same? Does he need to work on something to earn more, or are you leaning on him a little bit more this season?
Well, he's continuing to work on the offensive end. He made a nice catch and score with his left hand during the exhibition game against Loyola. But he's in a minute crunch right now, to be honest, Scott, with the other post. He and Scotty were going at it every day trying to get that 5th spot. playing behind guys who are just older and more experienced. They've played more basketball. And then he hurt his shoulder, and then he turned around and hurt his other shoulder. And both shoulders have caused him some concern. But he did have a good workout yesterday, and we'll see. He's athletic. He's certainly different than J.J. And I think when you have more than one guy at a spot, and you need some versatility, you need some differences. And J.J. with the width certainly it brings that, and then with the athletic ability and the running ability that View has, that's important too. So a game-to-game situation with a lot of these guys, when matchups will depend how much they play.
You mentioned versatility. Brian Williams, after playing at Oklahoma State, comes over here for his final season of eligibility. A Louisiana native, played in Baton Rouge, and had a chance to meet him when he was doing an interview at the station, and then at media day we did a one-on-one with him, and very impressed with the young man. He gets it, is at least how it came across to me. Before we talk about his basketball skills, what does Brian Williams bring to the table, just Brian Williams, the young man?
Well, he's a super young man, comes from a great family, and is older, more mature, very respectful, and is a guy that can help lead this team just based on the way he responds and the way he deals with teachers, with professors, with people on campus. And we look forward to him shining this year and being a leader for us. Our guys have already learned a lot from him and feel like that he's going to help us in the basketball court as well, as we'll talk about next.
How much can he help you on the court? I mean, he's a versatile player. I know that fans got excited as soon as they found out he had chosen to spend his final year of eligibility here. They're YouTubing his dunks, but it's more than just about the highlight plays with Brian, isn't it?
Yeah, again, the leadership's important, and the maturity level he brings to our team, the experience. He's been there. He's been in the NCAA tournament like we have, and he understands what it's all about. He's played at a high level and defended players at a high level, and he's excited about the opportunity to be our best defender. And he's got great athleticism, going to play above the rim. As you mentioned, he's shooting the ball well in practice, had a great shooting day a couple of days ago, and I think there'll be games where he really steps up shooting the ball, and the other games where he won't be that much of a scorer for us, but certainly can rebound the ball and has great speed and is a heck of an athlete. So we're glad that he's here. We were excited when he came. We're excited today.
ESPN1420.com. Bob Marlin has been our guest. Just a few more for you, Coach. Last season, I should say, just at the eve of last season, I asked you, true or false, is this the most talented team you've had? You said true. So I ask you again, this year's team, true or false, is this the most talented basketball team you've had since you've been here at the University of Louisiana?
Well, on paper, I would say yes. Going into it, we're deep at every spot. We go at least 2 deep at every position, and we've got more size, more strength, more speed, more shooting. We should be a better defensive team this year, better rebounding team, so a better free throw shooting team. I'm excited about coaching these guys. It's been fun to go out with them every day and get better this summer and this fall, and they've been a fun group to work with. They really accept coaching, and they want to get better individually and want to get better as a team, and they appreciate the opportunity they have to represent the Ragin Cajuns and be Acadiana's team.
What's the ultimate goal for this year's team?
Well, the goals are the same as they always are, and that's to win all your home games, win the conference tournament, go to the NCAA in advance. We felt like last year we could have won the ball game against Creighton, and certainly didn't happen, but it was an opportunity that we let slip by, and hopefully we'll get another opportunity this year to get in the tournament and win. But we want to cut down the nets at the end of the year. It's what it's all about, and help these guys grow, continue to grow in their classes and in the community, and get them graduated, as we've done a good job of, and put them out in society and help them be successful. If that's playing basketball, that's great. And not all of us are that fortunate. Some people have to work for a living and coach and do other things. So we're trying to put good young men out there to be good representatives of our university.
You mentioned the goal is to cut down the nets. And last year you cut them down, and as we opened up this conversation, we noted your new ink, your new tattoo. What do you have to do? I mean, is there anything you're thinking this year to kind of put a carrot out there for the team and say, hey, guys, ultimate goal, if we reach this, I will get this? Or are you staying away from that completely this year because you have, a new tattoo on your arm?
No, I'm not staying away from it. We haven't addressed this with the team. I'm sure today there'll be several snide remarks and a few snickers when I turn my back at practice. So they'll come up with something for me, I'm sure. But I'll be glad to oblige them. If they work hard and overachieve and reach a goal and push through a barrier, that's what it's all about. And last year's team was special. This is a good way to remember that group and for all the hard work they put in and the time. And I felt like they overachieved from Alfred, who went to the NBA, to the guys that were here as walk-ons. We had a great year together collectively, and we're looking to do the same thing this year.
Ragin Cajun head basketball coach Bob Marlin has been our guest here on the Sports Gap. Season begins tomorrow at the Cajun. Don't be there. We'll have it on the radio for you. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock tip on our sister station, Hot 107.9, 1079ishot.com, and on Radio Pup. Coach, best of luck this season. I appreciate you taking the time, and maybe next year at this time you'll have a tat on the other arm. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But we want our fans to come out and see this group and get out to the Cajun Dome, support this basketball team. We've got a lot of season tickets left to sell. So come on out and support our group. We've got a good schedule. After this Friday night game at Louisiana College, we'll have 4 good playing dates in early December before we get going too much with the Christmas parties. So good opportunity with the cold weather to stay inside a warm building, come and watch the Cajuns play.
Coach, thanks for the time.
You bet.